welcome to my next video. Today I'm going to be answering the age-old question: are e-cigarettes safe? So this question has been around for a very long time now. The question, are e-cigarettes safe, is one that plays on everybody's mind if they want to give up smoking and start vaping, or likewise people that have already done that and are halfway down the line and people are, chanting things at them saying, this is not right, that's not right, this is unsafe, that's safe, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to try my best to answer some questions for you to kind of help you build an opinion on whether you think e-cigarettes are safe or not. So I'll start off by saying my opinion outright is that e-cigarettes are safe. That's my simple reply to the question. I think e-cigarettes are undoubtedly safer than smoking cigarettes. For example, when you inhale a cigarette, you're inhaling 4,000 different chemicals, and when you inhale an e-cigarette, you're inhaling 4 different ingredients. And the ingredients in an e-cigarette are propylene glycol, which is abbreviated as PG, vegetable glycerin, which is abbreviated as VG, nicotine, and flavouring, which can be artificial, natural, or organic. So obviously one thing that you could say in reply to this question is the higher you pay, the more you pay for your e-liquid, the safer you're going to be. But I would actually disagree with that statement. For example, you could go out and spend £20 on a 30ml bottle of e-liquid, but it could be made in exactly the same way as a £3 or £4 bottle of e-liquid. At the end of the day, the dispute is, are these 4 ingredients safe? So I did a bit of searching around to try and find out what these ingredients are found in. One of the ingredients I found was in something that is very shocking, so I will tell you that in a minute. So let's start with one of the ingredients, VG or vegetable glycerin. So this ingredient is found commonly in baked goods, would you believe? So things like cakes, chocolates, blah 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 blah, the list goes on. Vegetable glycerin is found in food products, and I'm fairly sure that you've never questioned eating a chocolate cake before, other than the fact it might give you diabetes. But e-cigarettes are not going to give you diabetes. I'm fairly sure that I can assure you that, and I'm not a doctor in any way. So nicotine obviously is found in cigarettes. That's another ingredient that's in e-cigarettes. But nicotine is not a harmful substance, it's just an addictive one. So if you've been hooked to cigarettes for ages and you move on to an e-cigarette, the chances are you're going to become addicted to this. But an addiction to something that won't harm you anywhere near as much as smoking cigarettes, it can't be a bad thing. At the end of the day, nicotine is a chemical that just chills your brain out, allows you to perhaps in some ways, for some people, allows you to function a little bit more, just allows you to get on with your day a little bit more, just like that morning cup of coffee, for example. And flavouring is another ingredient in e-cigarettes, obviously, unless you have unflavoured, which is possible, but it's just not going to taste of anything. So, I mean, up to you, but I wouldn't. So flavourings can come in any form. So most of the flavourings in e-cigarettes are artificial, and the more crazy your flavour, the likely it is it's going to be artificial. But with certain flavours nowadays, certain fruit flavours, the flavours are becoming more and more natural and more organic, and there's a whole other market setting up for organic juices. So you've just got to boil it down to the question, if someone says to you, but all the flavours you're putting in your body are artificial, then all you've got to look at is what you eat on a daily basis. And unless you're some kind of die-hard vegan that doesn't eat anything artificial, then the likelihood is you're shoving hundreds of artificial flavourings in your body every week, and you haven't batted an eyelid at it since, so why start now? And the last ingredient which I'm going to be talking about is PG, which is propylene glycol. I did a bit of searching around, found that it's in smoke machines, which is something that they use at gigs and festivals and things like that. But then again, all you've got to look at is people like I don't know, any singer, take your favourite singer, they're subjected to a stage full of smoke, or vapour as it actually is, and they can still belt out songs like no one else. So, I mean, the evidence is there, take it as you choose it. And the thing that I was talking about earlier, I found that propylene glycol is actually made into vapour form, into gas form, and it's actually pumped into an incubator for a baby when they can't breathe very well. So, I mean, people telling you that this is going to damage your health, I mean, surely that little piece of information there is enough to make you see that these ingredients in an e-cigarette are actually going to do you more good than harm. Yum, yum, yum. I'm vaping Doctor Who liquid by Thor in my MVP3 Pro today, and it's bloody good. So guys, countless studies have been done on it. There was a recent study, not sure whether it was UK based, but it was published in a major UK newspaper. The test that she carried out was subjecting a pair of lungs to cigarette smoke for 6 hours. And at the end of that 6 hours, the cells in the lungs had actually died. And when they did the same tests with vaping, the only result that they conclude was that the tissue damage to the lungs was the same of that of breathing air. So there's another bit of information for you that will hopefully rid you of any worries you have. And obviously I'm no doctor, I'm not pretending to be a doctor. You don't have to take my opinion at all if you don't want it. I'm not here to tell you what to do, that's not what this video is about. I'm just here to give you a few little bits of information that could help you to rid yourself of worry, or, you know, could turn your opinion anyway, but just take what you want from this video, take the information, use it as you please, and I hope that you rid yourself of worry about vaping and you just can enjoy it a little bit more without worrying, oh, is this bad for me, is this bad for me? So yeah, I hope this video helps you in some way. So, to summarise, the chemicals that you're putting in your body from an e-cigarette are chemicals that you've been putting in your body your whole life, but just in other forms. So, for example, if you've ever been to a concert or a gig, which I'm sure most of the people watching this video have, then you've subjected yourself to inhaling propylene glycol. If you've ever eaten cakes from a supermarket or chocolate bars, then you've taken vegetable glycerin into your system. Likewise with flavourings, you do it every single day. And if you smoked for 10, 20, 30, 40 years even, then you obviously have subjected yourself to nicotine. And as I've said before, nicotine isn't a harmful substance, it's just an addictive one. So I hope, guys, this video helps you in some way. I hope it helps you to stop worrying and just to enjoy vaping a little bit more. So yeah, I made this video because I'm fed up of people scrutinising vaping in a way. I'm fed up of people who aren't educated on the matter running their little mouths all over the place and saying that it's unhealthy. Because if you just take half an hour, just like I did, to just research a few little things, then you're going to find out that in some senses it could do you more good than harm. And just one thing I want to talk about before I end this video, once I was doing this research, I found a video on YouTube, which I'll try and link down below so you can watch it, of a cardiovascular surgeon in America on a radio show actually preaching the benefits of smoking an e-cigarette in comparison to smoking. And I found this video and I just found it absolutely shocking that a man of his knowledge and of his power in the medical industry, he is actually suggesting that people pick up vaping as a hobby, or, you know, as a habit, whatever you want to call it. And I just found that really kind of eased my emotions on it a little bit and made me feel like there is hope in the world and that not all people are against it because it looks like smoke, or oh my god, that looks like smoke, don't do it. Or, you know, if you have that kind of view, then you just really need to be educated a little bit on it. It's not smoke, it's vapour. We don't call it vaping because it was some kind of stupid little child that wants a, you know, a funky little name for it. We call it vaping because that's simply what it is. It's emitting a vapour, which is not a smoke. Yes, it looks like smoke, but it isn't smoke. I understand if you don't want somebody smoking a cigarette around your, you know, newly born child, your toddler. That's fine. But I don't understand when you feel offended that someone is vaping around your child, because if you have a problem with it, get educated on it, because it's doing no one any harm, even the person doing it to themselves. Right guys, sorry that this video is quite serious and I was being a bit rah, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's alleviated some of your worries on smoking e-cigarettes, and I really, really hope that this video has given you an opinion if you didn't have one, has enhanced your opinion if you did have one, and if you didn't know anything about it, I hope this video has just, you know, slightly taught you something. So, happy vaping guys, stay vaping. If anyone comes up to you now and says to you, do you know what you're doing to yourself? You can say, yes, I do know. I know what this chemical is, I know what this chemical is, and I know what I'm doing to my body. And the biggest thing that I'm doing to my body is saving it from cigarettes. So there we go. Thanks for watching guys. Thanks very much. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. As I've said before, I'm doing a giveaway when I get to 50 subscribers. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to be giving something away. You could win it if you subscribe. Follow me on Twitter down below. Retweet some of my stuff so I can get to that 50 subs quicker, so that one of you could win what I'm going to give away. As I said before guys, thanks for watching. Stay vaping. See you later.